Hey, welcome to On the Up and Up with Patrick and
Talisha.
And today's episode is all about how to declutter your marriage when it is just a hot mess. But before we get started and go into that, we have some housekeeping to do. You like what I did there?
I like what you did there.
Declutter, housekeeping.
That was good, baby.
So first thing for housekeeping, what do we do? All right, follow us on Instagram at I am Pat Ratliff. Follow you at
The Farm D Mommy
on Instagram, and follow our official IG account at Patrick and Talisha. Also, go like our Facebook page at Patrick and Talisha. Very simple. Very, very simple. And Twitter is at Pat and Talisha, but I haven't really hit the Twitter yet. The Twitter. Haven't really hit it yet, but that's out there too.
Yeah, we don't really post that much on Twitter.
Also, leave us a 5-star rating and review and get your review read on the next episode. We love those 5-star reviews. Those bump us up in the rankings and let people actually see our show. Y'all have been doing such a great job. And I also want to thank you guys for rocking with us. We threw a surprise episode out there on Friday with our First Class Friday with Jimmy Evans talking about the real meaning of marriage. And heck, a lot of y'all went out there and already downloaded and listened to that. So if y'all haven't gone and seen that, check out Friday's episode. It's called First Class Friday, where we will be sharing some of the best marriage knowledge from some of the top marriage experts in the world. That's going to be our new thing, our shindig from now on. So we're giving y'all 2 episodes a week. 2 episodes a week. Yes. Because we love y'all and we want to give y'all the best marriage information possible. All right, so what's next, baby? Do we got any reviews? We have any reviews?
No new reviews.
No reviews? Oh,
Nope.
we got any shout outs?
We have shout outs.
We got shout outs. All right, who you got, baby?
All right, so I have Davita, Essence, Monte, and Stacy.
All right, and I have wait. Hold it. I got Sir Don 2, Keita Jackson 24, Trophy Wife 915. Thank you, Nessa. Said Talk. Who else we got? We got So Unique 08, the Black Walt Disney, Maha Trailblazing, Chancey S. It's Chancey EST1, our first listener of the week. 8080 Marriage. Oh, man, they like that. I follow their page hard. All right. Woo, baby. The Real Crusher. I always shout out to Crusher. And Mandy Makes Goals. Thank you guys for following our social media. And you can also email the show with any types of questions that you have at podcast@patrickandtalisha.com. And also, thank you for looking in our story and reacting to the poll question that I put up. The poll question that I put up this week was, is it possible for the family to reach its full potential without the husband leading spiritually? And the results were 75% said no, and 25% said yes. So the no's have it. The husband must lead this family spiritually if that family is supposed to reach its full potential. What about you? What was your vote?
Totally agree.
So the husbands need to step it up
The
spiritually?
husband's got to step it up spiritually.
I agree. And I was like, hey, the woman can, it's okay for the wife to do it, but like, you gotta the man gotta take over, man.
Man has to take over. I mean, it will be good, but it won't be great.
That's a masculine energy
really
thing.
our role. Yeah.
That's a masculine energy thing, man. Yep. So if you have your wife using her masculine energy, that's going to burn out and lead to some resentment. Same thing if the guy's using all the feminine energy, like expressing his emotions all the time, might burn him out. There's got to be some balance, some polarity in the relationship if it's going to like reach its full potential. So that's how we feel about it. That's what some research done said about it, and that's what works for us.
Yeah, you dig?
You dig?
And that's what works for the listeners, apparently.
Yeah, took a vote.
And if you're in the 25% that said yes, I would love to hear your thoughts on it.
Absolutely, yes. That'd be good. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. All right, so we got one great comment from one of our supporters and listeners from Mandy Makes Goal, and she left a comment on one of our snippets that we left on the Instagram. And Mandy Makes Goals said, I've liked your podcast from the beginning. She's been rocking with us since day one. But I feel like the episodes you've put out lately are on a different level. See, got scared when it popped up. I was like, I feel like the episodes you put out lately are straight garbage. But she said they're on a different level. You dig? You guys are making a difference in the world, and I love it. Way to be a light. Mandy makes gold. You dig? And because of that comment, because that was so awesome. And she's already left us a review.
She also left us a review.
She left us a review.
August the 2nd, Mandy Makes Gold says, must listen. So excited for this podcast. I couldn't stop listening. Smiley face.
And so Mandy has left us a 5-star rating and review. Mandy has followed our page on Instagram at Patrick and Talisha. She likes our page on Facebook at Patrick and Talisha. She leaves comments on our Patrick and Talisha page. So that makes Mandy Makes Gold our listener of the week. Hey, Mandy's listener of the week. Hey, listener of the week. Mandy's listener of the week. We about to get your pics and put you on the internet and make you famous. We make you famous. Our listener of the week. We got the best listeners in the world.
And I love Mandy. Mandy and I went to high school together. We took biology together. Went to USC together. Mandy.
Which USC? You got to say it. Like,
the real
We have
USC.
an international audience.
The real USC, University of South Carolina.
There we go. We got to be specific. Like, we're internationally known now.
Yes, and Mandy Makes Gold is her name, and she made her goal.
What did she do? What did she do?
She lost 100 pounds.
Over 100 pounds?
Yes.
Being a mom?
102 pounds.
Is she a mother?
She is a mother like no other.
She a wife?
She is a wife.
And a mother?
With a great life.
With the discipline to lose 100 pounds.
102 pounds.
Over 100 pounds.
Yes.
That's why we got the best listeners in the world.
Mandy, you the real deal.
That's why we got
the real deal, homie.
Man, we got the best listeners in the world, and ain't even question. Oh, I'm looking at her page now. She got some good, like, is that avocado toast? My goodness. My goodness, that looks absolutely delicious. Is that a protein bar?
She made an omelet in a Ziploc bag the other day.
Shut the front door. Shut the front door.
Mandy, you a boss girl.
Oh, whoa. Before and after. Whoa. Oh, she's the real deal.
Real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah, but now your star is about to shine even brighter as you are on the Up and Up with Patrick and Talisha's Listener of the Week. And now, sweetie, what was on the Up and Up for you this week?
So I would say life groups. So at church, we started doing life groups. Patrick decided to sign up to be a team leader. And by him signing up, I signed up to be a team leader. And so life groups at church is where we kind of break off into about a group of 6.
Group 6, 7, yeah.
6, 7 people. And we are reading a book. And so we're doing it during Sunday school, and eventually it'll become something bigger.
Yeah, so it's like Sunday school for adults.
Yeah. And so we started it last week, and it was great. The first meeting was amazing.
Yeah, because they brought donuts that week.
And they brought Krispy Kreme. Then this week was great, but it could have been better because we could have had Krispy Kreme.
All we were missing was the donuts. No, not Krispy Kreme. I need a poll. Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme?
Oh my gosh, Krispy Kreme. Dunkin' Donuts does have some potential though. I used to write them off totally. They're just better. But their cake donuts are good.
Man, y'all let me know who better, Krispy Kreme or freaking Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts for me. I vote Dunkin' Donuts.
Whatever. So we had to give Jared a hard time for not bringing the donuts this time.
We crushed him on that one.
We roasted him. But no, literally, like seriously, life groups, it was so amazing. The conversations, the connections, and just going from surface level friendships to getting into a deeper level of friendship. I think that's just gonna like grow into something really amazing, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So that was my up and up.
Take our church to the next level, like for real. Get that community that we have been longing for, and have real church, man, like it was done in first century Christianity. Before it was like Christianity, but the first century.
Yeah. So that was my up and up.
What was on the down, or what sucked this week?
Down and down? I didn't really have a whole lot of down and down. But my eating has been trash. So thinking about Mandy Makes Gold and going back and making my commitment to myself that I started with Weight Watchers. I gotta do better. because that was sucky.
I think if we go back to like some of the first episodes of our podcast, you can hear me and talking about my pet peeve being you bringing crack into the house. And when I mean crack, I mean gallons of ice cream. Yeah. So did you do any of that this week, ma'am?
I did. But you started it. You started it.
I bought ice cream?
No. You went to go to Sam's and Costco and you brought a 45 pack of cookies.
For the children.
For the children?
For the kids. Those are snacks for the kid. That's snacks for Weston.
No. Who's been eating most of them?
Weston.
No.
Weston and you.
Whatever.
Oh, ma'am. Okay.
You brought the crack in the house.
I ain't no snitch, but you bought Oreos.
Okay, wait. Let me say. You brought those other cookies first. And I was like, these cookies kind of trash. If I'm going to eat the calories, I might as well get what I really want.
If they were trash, you were like, let me get some better. Like, that crack ain't not getting me as high as it's supposed to be. I need some narcotics. Yeah. I need something stronger with a little bit more kick. I need that pandemic or that WD weapon of mass destruction drug. Yeah. I heard that on The Wire. So you looking for some harder drugs.
Well.
And you brought in some, I
brought Oreos.
You went straight to the source.
And additionally, I bought Bluebell ice cream. They had a new one. It was like a brownie decadence or something. It's kind of trash and not that good. And I bought you a strawberry shortcake.
You brought me. You bought it for me, but you like, I want that one.
Well, that one's better.
Okay, so I'm just like, look.
And we had fried chicken on Sunday.
It's delicious. Publix chicken, that don't
We
count.
had fried chicken and potato wedges 2 Sundays in a row. Let me put that
Sweet
out
potato wedges.
Still.
Look, I ain't tripping about what I eat.
Oh my gosh.
That's you.
Eating horribly.
That's on you, homie. I don't be tripping about what I eat.
Well, I have to because I am not okay. I am at goal. I'm past goal, but I need to make a new goal because now I feel like I'm out here being reckless because I don't have a goal to work towards.
I'm quite fond of you not eating all the chili though.
Well, fart. Here it comes. I am eating my chili.
It's not.
Matter of fact, I got to make some chili right now.
It's not the gas. It's the smell of the house.
Oh, it stinks. The chili
that
stinks.
crock pot. Chili is awful, man. It stinks up the house all freaking day. And you don't work from home, so you don't have to smell it. You kind of just drop the bomb and run. And I'm stuck with I'm stuck with the gas and the after effects.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I'm not.
So yeah.
So what was on the up and up for you?
On the up and up for me was my marriage interviews. They have been incredible. So shout out to Cheryl, Steve, and Antoine this week for doing the marriage interviews with me. It's so much information I'm gathering from these marriage interviews. Like I said, last week it was like, I learned all about like miscarriages and how they can impact someone's marriage. This week is more like communication, man. Communication is everything. And if you have like 2 different styles of communication and 2 different styles of conflict, like that can really like impact the marriage as well. So I haven't found like one direct pattern or problem that I like to solve. I'm just going to have to like talk to couples and be like, hey, what are you guys going through? Because every marriage is different. I have not yet had like 2 people have the same issues or the same challenges. And it's really like insightful for them. It's like, oh yeah, I really like discussing my marriage. Like it's so freeing. I love talking about it. So, cause we get so caught up in like just going through the day to day and not really thinking about the marriage. So when I reach out to people on Facebook and it's like, hey, who wants to interview? People say, man, that's really refreshing. It's really good. It gives me some good like thoughts to actually speak out loud what I've been holding in my head. So if anyone's interested in like interviewing with me about their marriage, you can bring your husband and your wife, or it can be you just solo. It doesn't even matter. Or if you've been through marriage troubles and you would like to talk about the lessons that you've learned from a marriage that didn't work out, like I am here for it. You can email me or hit us up on our social media channels. And I love these interviews, man. And they're giving me me as an extrovert. They are allowing me to like communicate with the outside world, and I'm so not isolated working on like business stuff, and I'm absolutely loving it. So that's what's on the up and up for me. On the down and down for me is our son turning into a freaking comedian. So our 3-year-old son all of a sudden, like, I don't know where he gets this from, but he like playing practical jokes and doing stuff that's messing up the house, and he just laughing and giggling about it. Like, when was it? Yesterday morning? Yesterday.
Saturday
Saturday morning, man, he woke up Like, usually he stays in his bed. He don't wake up till he's like, hey, daddy, come get me. This time he woke up secretly and he reached for his, like, we got like this moisturizer, like curl cream, full bottle. Yep. And he went and poured it all over the freaking room, everywhere, all over the room. It looks like a freaking hot mess. Oh, gosh. Okay, because you were like, because we looked at the baby camera, we were like, he ain't in the baby camera. Like, go check and see what he's doing. And showing, I could just hear him just like squeezing stuff out on the floor. Squeezing it. And then I get in there, he was like, hee, that funny. No shame, no remorse, no fear of me at all. Like, I don't care what you gonna do, old man. It's funny. Yeah. He thinks freaking practical jokes are freaking hilarious. And then, like, right when we was about to, like, leave the house Saturday afternoon to go to a soccer game that wasn't even there because I got the dates wrong, but we were trying to leave and we were in a rush, this boy, he grabs Talisha's deodorant, like, squeezes it, and then rubs it all in his hair. Yeah. And he's like, ha, that's funny. And I tried to pop him, and he wasn't even hurt by the pop.
You popped him twice.
I popped him twice.
And then I was mad. Away.
And then I walked away. He was like, what was that? Like, you ain't got
and
no...
he came back.
I walked away, tried to pop him again. He's like, you ain't got no heat, old man. That was weak. So we agreed not to, like, pop or spank unless you get, like, a warning and you count and you pop. Never out of anger. I did it out of anger and it still didn't work. I was like, he ain't crying nothing. He was like, you hit like a little... I can't say that, but you hit like a little not strong person. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And he was like, well, that didn't work at all. So spanking, I don't think spanking works necessarily. It definitely doesn't work. It depends. It depends on the child.
It depends on the situation.
But he's not scared of me. He thinks it's freaking funny. So I'm a soft daddy, apparently. My kid's gonna run all over me because he thinks he's a freaking comedian.
You're not a soft daddy.
I'm soft, man.
Weston totally thinks he's a comedian.
He thinks he's a freaking comedian.
Everything's funny.
And it's like, he's grabbing stuff and just pouring it and dumping it everywhere, and he thinks it's funny. So it makes a huge mess everywhere now.
Yeah,
so,
and then he'll say, I made a mess.
So we have to be like super conscious of like where we leave stuff around him now. It's like terrifying. And he's getting taller and he's being able to like reach more stuff.
Yeah.
Like we thought, oh, that's out of reach. He won't grab that. Nah, he's grabbing lotion. He's like
cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter. Like he is out here just and rubbing it in the carpet and crap. That is definitely on the down and down with me.
Yeah.
He ain't even been pooping on himself this week.
No.
But he's been making a mess some other way. If y'all have any parenting advice, email the podcast at patrickandtalisha.com because I'm all for the jokes and stuff, but I don't like all that mess.
Right.
Jeez.
And then we also forgot to say about our up and up. Another up and up was we got to see family.
Oh, yeah, we got to see my family. We saw my sister. Her son had a soccer game here in Greenville, and we got to go see the soccer game and got to see all the family. We got to see my how old is she? And saw my grandma. How old is my niece? How old is Alexandria? She's born in March. 7 months. I ain't seen her due to COVID this whole time. Got to see my 7-month-old niece for the first time, and they got to see Rowan for the first time.
No.
They got to see Rowan for the second time. The second time.
Third time.
Shannon stayed outside last time.
She didn't see him though?
No, not when she hung out with me outside. Were y'all even in the house? Anyways, she seen him like twice, and I seen the niece due to COVID. So I got to see all my family.
And yeah, everybody.
Yeah, and my Titans are undefeated. Y'all saw how we won in overtime. Titans are the best team in the league. We win a Super Bowl. We coming for you, Mahomes. We coming for you, Patrick. We coming for you. All right.
Okay.
So, speaking of marriage, do we have an engagement announcement?
Oh my God.
Do we have an engagement announcement?
We got an announcement.
We have an engagement announcement.
Oh my goodness. So, the Stacey Jacobs
and the Aunt Harris, my line brother, my six, my guy on my left, behind me, my back, you dig? They got engaged. They got engaged. all up in DC and fancy and stuff. You got engaged, and they made it Facebook official.
Yes. So we already knew about it, but we couldn't tell y'all.
Couldn't tell the streets. Couldn't tell the streets.
But the streets know now.
Streets know now. So congratulations to Stacey and Aunt Harris, man. We are so happy for y'all. And I was just thinking, man, I was like, you know, when you got a friend and they meet somebody, because we met them when we go to DC.
Oh gosh,
man, was that like 2014 or something like that.
Maybe not that long ago.
It was several years ago.
It's been a while.
Several years ago, while they were still dating, man.
Pre-kids, before we had kids.
Yeah, before we even had kids. So it was like, oh, Aunt found him. He got one.
Yep.
He got one. You know, when you have a friend and they meet someone cool and real, like, that's good for them.
Exactly.
And you're like, man, we really like them. And we like, look at our friend and be like, dog, you better not mess this one up. Do not
Don't freaking mess
this one up. I don't care what she do or what the other person do, but you better not mess this one up. And then go around acting like you can't find nobody else. Because I'm going to be just like, you had her. And you screwed it up. You don't deserve nobody else because that was right in your face. And me and you, we know when stuff don't work out. Yeah. We got a good sixth sense of like, they're good for each other or they not good for each other, even though they go through with it anyway. But we can see down the line that might not be that happy. But we see this one, and first of all, we was like, what took you so freaking long? First of all, what took you so long?
So you gonna put him on blast?
I gotta put him on. Like, that one took like, hey, I don't care what you had to get together. You locked that one down, buddy.
Right.
And we are so happy for Aunt Harris. He was in my wedding, man. Great guy. Stacy, great girl. Great energy together. Yes. Oh great energy together. So weird, man.
And like from my point of view, like of course I gotta hang out with whoever
my friends.
So I'm like, yes. I got another sister.
Yes.
Chuck sealed the deal with Hillary.
Yes.
Love her.
Love her.
Now Aunt Harris, she's sealing the deal with Stacy. Love her.
Yes.
Thank you all.
So yeah, man, can't wait for you to join the family, man. And we are just beyond happy for y'all.
Yes.
I'm very happy.
Like
I said, I was like, man, hey, you messed this one up. You a dummy. I'm gonna be more mad at you. You know how that feels. Like, hey, man, you had a good one. That one was perfect.
Yeah. So very, very proud of you, Aunt. You got a great catch.
Congratulations, brother.
Congrats.
All right. So for our topic of today, like decluttering your marriage, decluttering your life. First of all, we got to like get to and understand the definition of what clutter is. So what is clutter? What is clutter?
I mean, for me, clutter is crap that is not supposed to be there. And if it is supposed to be there, then it's supposed to have a spot. Like clutter means it is not in its designated spot.
So what would clutter in a marriage look like?
So in a marriage, it could be like past relationships that maybe you haven't gotten over, personal demons, assumptions, expectations, lack of communication, beliefs. Yeah, beliefs. That's good. What else? What would you add to my list?
Conversations that you keep avoiding, that clutters up your whole relationship. You said personal demons, like that, addictions, choices that you make, communication. What would you say? Like finances not handled, health not being taken care of, you not taking care of your family. Can be family can clutter up a marriage. Family and friends can really clutter up a marriage. Yeah.
Okay. What would be your regular definition of clutter?
Clutter, that's just a mess, man. It's just like a pile of crap. You've seen hoarders. Right. It's like stuff that you don't put up. Like I said, you don't dispose of it, or you don't have a neat place for it, and you just let it sit there and pile up over and over and over and over again. Yeah. And it's not organized. There's no meaning for it. There's no intention for it. It just keeps on cluttering and taking up space. And overloading your brain. And it's ultimately how you are on the inside. Yeah. I think what happens on the inside reflects what happens or what things look like on the outside. So you have a personal story about that this week. So, well, share your story of how you had clutter in your life and what you did to resolve it, sweetheart.
Okay, so Saturday was a freaking doozy. I had already asked Patrick on Friday. I was like, hey.
You didn't ask crap.
Okay, you're right. I told Patrick
Yeah,
on Friday.
You ain't ask nothing.
I need you to gift me 2 to 3 hours so that I can clean up this freaking house. And I need to start in my room, in our room. I need to start with my clothes. And he's like, oh. But he said, okay. No, what did you pay the face for?
I was like, sure. Because prior to this, I tried to help.
Oh, yeah, you did try to help me on Friday.
Yeah, I tried to clean up some of it for you. And I was like,
I can't do this.
I'm defeated.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad that happened because you got a little taste of like what it was that I needed from you on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we wake up on Saturday and I did a ninja move. I was out. Like we were all in there playing Hamilton and then I was gone. And Patrick told Weston that I was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So I'm in there and I'm cleaning. Like I have all these clothes. I think we talked about this on one of the other episodes. I have all these freaking clothes. I have clothes from being pregnant, some maternity clothes. I have post-pregnancy clothes. I have the clothes I'm wearing right now. It's so many freaking clothes. And trying to find the ones that I can fit is hard. And so, Patrick, you had put some of my pants in the little recliner chair. Yeah. And those were pants that I can wear, but I didn't realize that. So I was like, shoot, I don't have any freaking pants that I can fit. All the pants that I'm wearing, I look like freaking sloppy mom going to work because these pants are too big. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to just have to buy some more pants because I don't have any pants that I can fit. And as I'm cleaning up, I'm finding all these clothes and it's clothes that I can wear. And so I start to like look and I'm looking at my room and it's so many freaking clothes and they're not in the space that they need to be in. And so I'm cleaning and I'm looking around and I'm cleaning, I'm looking around, I'm thinking, and I'm like, there is not one room in this house, in this whole house that's clean. This whole house is a freaking cluttered mess. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, that means that you're a mess. And I just like started crying. And I was like, why is everything a freaking mess? And then on top of that, not only is it a mess, but I'm buying more crap to add to the mess. And meanwhile, I'm also finding stuff with tags on it. Now, I always keep my tags on my stuff until I wear it. Like I'll keep the tags on it. But this is stuff like, you shouldn't have bought that. And it was just kind of like a small like dopamine hit. Like, oh, it was on sale. Click, bought it online. Because I haven't really even gone into any stores. So it's just buying stuff online. Oh, they had a sale. Cool. Yep, I'm buy that. Because I don't have anything to wear. I can't fit any of my clothes and I look sloppy. No, you look sloppy because you have stuff every freaking where. And so I did. I just started crying. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. And the crying only lasted for less than 5 minutes. But it was necessary because I was like, and then after that, I was like, okay, you got it. What are you going to do? So get it together and clean it up. You got to go room by room and declutter. You have to go and take care of this stuff. And literally, it only took me maybe an hour before I came out there with y'all.
Yeah, before you showed your face.
Yeah, because I had to get rid of some stuff.
I didn't even want you to come out. I was like,
I know.
What you show your face for? Because as soon as you show your face, the baby gonna be like, I want mama. He completely forgot about you. We were just we were in like, it was the guys. We was watching College Game Day, and we was good. I was throwing food on the floor for Rowan to eat. Because that's when he likes his food. That's how he likes to season it with dirt.
Right.
So it's good. Weston was like, cool, man. I'm playing with my toys. And I was like, I can give her 3 hours easy. And then you come out and show your face.
Well, I was going to try to break up the hours. I was going to try to do like an hour and a half, and then give you a break. And then it hit like round 2 of it. Because I needed to get like things needed to go in their rightful place.
Mm-hmm.
So there were like little piles that I made, and I was like, okay, I gotta leave the room so I can put some of this stuff where it's supposed to go, like stuff for the boys' room, stuff for the kitchen, things like that. So I waited. I didn't tell you right away that it was like weighing so heavily on me.
No, you didn't.
I waited, and then later, I don't even know what made me tell you.
No, I don't know what made you tell me.
What were we doing whenever I said it?
Living, talking.
Okay. Well, anyways, I was
Or
just
did I
like,
ask how's it going in there?
no, you didn't ask how I was going.
All right.
But I don't remember, but I just told you, I was like, I just had a freaking breakdown in there. I was like, I felt like I was going to have a freaking anxiety attack or panic attack because everything is everywhere. And so whenever I was able to clean it up and then vacuum my floor and do that, like, it was so helpful. And I had my blinds open so the sunshine was coming in because I like natural light. I didn't even have any music on or anything, but it was just like, ooh, okay. That felt good to be able to just have a moment to myself. Now, mind you, maybe a month ago, Patrick texted me and was like, hey, I think that you need to take some time to yourself. How can I help with that? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay. And he's like, yeah, I called it. Which he did. And I appreciate the offer, and I appreciated the offer, and I should have taken it then because maybe it would have made me avoid this little mini breakdown for my house not being clean.
I'm very concerned about you not taking time for yourself.
Yeah, because I don't.
Because you get the moms, and this happens to moms all the time, especially with a newborn baby or a new kid or something like that. Like that kid is attached to you at the hip, and it's like, so you work and you come home when you go pick up the kids, and then you gotta watch Rose the whole time. Like Weston is straight, but he still wants his mommy time too. But I mean, I'm working at home, so I got all the time in the world to like have to myself, but you don't. And I'm like, even when you get home, you gotta take care of the kid because you're nursing or whatever. And I'm like, hey, sweetie, I know you're gonna look. I've been through this before. I've lost my freaking mind before because I didn't feel like I had any time to myself because that me time is very important. And I'm like, and one of my biggest fears is you waking up one day and being like, I haven't had a life. Moms do this all the time. I haven't had a life. I've dedicated my whole life to my kids and didn't do anything for myself. How many older women do we see that happen to all the freaking time? And that is one of my biggest fears. And then they end up resenting their husband. They end up like resenting their kids and stuff like that. It's like, and they get up, and most importantly, they end up resenting themselves because they didn't take it, like they didn't like schedule any time for themselves to find out who they are. They lose themselves in being a wife. They lose themselves in being a mom, but they never find themselves in being like the woman who they are supposed to be.
Right. And yeah.
And that's one of my
totally
biggest fears. I
valid.
never want you to like have that for me. So I'm like, hey, because we're coaches. We know how important like that self-help, that personal development is. So I'm like, I know you're a machine, and you can go and go, but you get cluttered up.
Yeah.
And machines break down.
Right. And that's exactly how it felt. It felt like there was this massive clog in the machine, and it was not supposed to be there. And it was just like, all this stuff is still being pushed at you, but it's not going anywhere because it's clogged. So like an artery. So you had a clogged artery, and oh my gosh, this thing is about to rupture. And that's what happened. It ruptured. And so it was rough. But cleaning my way through it, it was really, really refreshing. Just to have my time to myself.
So how were you feeling on the inside? What were your thoughts? What was going on? You said like you broke down. Like what you said? Oh. You also just like this outside reflection is this outside. What this looks like on the outside is what's going on the inside of me. So what it look like? What it feel like on the inside?
Yeah, and so that's what I started thinking. I was like, whenever I'm getting ready for work in the morning, like I don't know where anything is. I can't find anything. Last Monday, I got ready to leave for work, trying to rush up out of here. Didn't have any goddamn keys. Why? Because I left my keys at church on Sunday, and that was like, what the heck? I was like, I've got to get this together. And I am in a role where like I oversee a department. How in the world do you not have your stuff together when you're overseeing a department? You're supposed to have a department huddle that morning. Oh, now you got to be late. So it's like, oh my gosh. And still like being new to this position, it does feel like, yeah, I don't have it together, and I'm used to having it together. In my old job, I worked there for forever, and I started it from scratch. So I knew where everything goes. I created everything, and it's like, well, this position was already created. There's been 3 other people in it before me. Mm-hmm. So it is not like something that I'm creating from scratch. Mm-hmm. I'm having to, learn how to do things. And you know how I am whenever it's something new. Shoot, I want to be the freaking best. And if I'm not, that pisses me off.
That makes you so
That makes me so mad.
You take your ball and you go home.
Right. And so there's some aspects of the job where I'm like, okay, I got this. And then there's other aspects of the job where I'm like, oh my gosh, I have no freaking clue. And so I felt like I'm a freaking mess on the inside. That's why my house is a mess. Mm-hmm. So I have got to do better. And finances, we don't do a budget.
Yeah.
We need to do a budget. I keep saying it, but I don't really try to necessarily coerce you that hard to do it.
And what I told you, if anything is going to move to completion, it's on me. Just like how you watch all your daggone shows. Every series we start, you'll start it, but you ain't gonna finish it.
Yeah.
It's on. I think that's my role as the husband. Is all right, you started us. Just like I said last week about spirituality, you started us spiritually, but I'm gonna have to carry us spiritually. I'm gonna have to carry us with in the financial habits.
Yeah.
You don't want to. That's the masculine. That's the masculine energy on me. And you cool. We got to do it. But unless I be sit the fruit down. Take control until I take control.
Yourself, though.
I know I need to say it to myself, but like I said, I don't know if we're gonna get into this, but Patrick's fine sitting in a mess. I love a mess. I don't love a mess, but I can operate. I'm not gonna break down because something is disorganized. I'm all right, cool. I'll clean it and I'll feel better, but I'm okay operating in a mess. I'm a free spirit in a mess.
Yeah.
And so it can be messy as long as the overall thing is okay. Cool.
Yeah.
As long as we're in the ballpark.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily work for you all the time.
No, it's it works for me for some of the time, and then it doesn't. And it's it goes from 0 to 100, and it's I cannot function like this. Oh my gosh, why is this like this? And the slow build up doesn't really bother me. Mm. But when I am more cognizant and aware, I'm what the crap? Why is this like this? And so then even going back to the financials part of it is okay, well, so you don't have a budget. You're not telling your money where to go. Your money's telling you where to go. You're buying things because you can't find things because you have the stuff that you need. You totally have the stuff that you need.
And I don't know what that is. I don't.
And so it's so you're making your financial situation not as good as it could be because you're spending more money on stuff that you already have.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
And that's stupid.
I was look, I know it's here somewhere. I ain't about to go buy nothing new because I know I got it.
Yeah.
You was no, got it.
I'm man, whatever. The boys don't have this. Buy some more. I don't have this. Buy some more.
Yeah.
I'll buy it again.
Yeah.
Because shopping is my hobby.
Yeah, shopping is your hobby.
I love shopping. So it's just an excuse to be able to shop again.
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah. So how did it feel whenever I told you, I literally just had a whole breakdown in there?
I was just that sucks. Are you okay? I didn't try to fix the problem. Usually when she comes to me with problems, I'm oh snap, Talisha has a problem. Let me go in there and tell her all the strategies on what to do and how to fix it. I was nope. You just have to feel it. Tell me your expression. It makes perfect sense. Acknowledge and validate your feelings.
Yeah.
And just listen. Like,
and be there and keep them boys off of me.
And be there and understand. It's like, hey, I'll help you out whatever way I can, but I'm not going to go in there and try to fix your problems. I'm not. I'm just not going to go do that.
Right.
I'll listen to you. I'll be your shoulder to cry on, but I'm not going to go in there and fix it because that doesn't work.
Right.
Because if that won't work.
And then, so later on in the day, I went to the boys' room to start working on their stuff. And Patrick just came, like the football game was on. And he still just came in the room and just sat there. Literally, all I did was sit there. And it made everything so much better because right before that, I tried to do it without him being in there. And both boys came in there, of course. And they're screaming at each other and freaking pulling clothes out. And I'm trying to put clothes in. And all Patrick did is just come in there. He didn't say a word. He just came in there, sat down, and just let me have my moment of getting the stuff together. And it was just, I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you for being in here because now I have someone to help get these little boys separated. Because Rowan likes fight now. Like, Rowan is not playing any games with Weston. Rowan wants to fight. He wants all the smoke. So Patrick came and deferred some of the smoke to another area.
So
deflected it.
So that you can get with whatever organized and stuff that you need to get done.
Yes. And
that's what I can do because even though I don't understand her problem totally, because like I said, well, mess ain't never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
It gets you like to your core.
To my core.
It eats you alive. I'm like, what is that?
It really does. And like I said, a little bit of it doesn't bother me. But 0 to 100 is like, how did this get like this? Yeah.
And usually I'm always like, why do you got all these freaking clothes?
Yeah.
Why? And because when I tried to clean, I was like, this shiggity still has tags on it. Yeah. I don't know where to put this. Like, first of all, I can't help you out because I don't know where none of your stuff goes. So I'm like, I can't even like help you out because I have no clue where this stuff goes.
So it makes sense. So you can help me help myself by keeping the kids out of my way.
I tried.
While I do it. You did.
I tried a month ago.
You tried a month ago, and I did not want to take the offer.
I was like, look, you going
and the offer wasn't even to clean. It was to just something.
Give you something for yourself. And it was like,
yeah.
Because I remember when we were having our intimacy conversations, I was like, what would you do if you had more time? And you said,
clean.
And I was like, that is whack. That is super whack. So what I did, I judged you for what you wanted to do with your free time. Yeah. I was like, really? So I put my expectations and my beliefs on you. And that's why I called it whack. I didn't validate your feelings or what you wanted to do. It was just, all right, cool. That's what you're going to do with it. That's fine with me. But I didn't listen.
Yeah. You did. You totally told me that I was whack.
I was like, that's
and I was like, well, what? So I think going back to that is just, when you ask me, I think that you should have some time for yourself to do something that's blah, blah, blah. It would be fun. I couldn't even think about doing anything like that because before I can do that, I need to clean. I need to organize my stuff. Like, I don't get to go play outside because I haven't done my homework yet. Like, it's not time for recess. Like, I need to get my classwork done. I need to, like, get my things organized because going and having fun while I freaking got crap everywhere and I can't get dressed for work without trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to fit into or trying to figure out where Weston's jacket is or some stupid stuff like that. Like, that is horrible. So we kind of started the conversation, what was it, last Thursday?
Sometime
or something?
this week. It was like,
about how we're going to have like nightly rituals. Like, Weston thrives. We were talking about Weston having so much sleep. Like, he gets the best sleep in the house.
He gets the best sleep in the world.
I was like, yeah, because he has his little rituals that he does every night. He has his schedule.
He gets like 11 hours of sleep each night.
Yes.
And he wakes up fresh.
And
ready to go. Ready to take on the world.
I wake up.
I'm up. I'm up, daddy.
Right. So we were like, you know what? We got to take a page out of his book. We created these habits and routines for Weston. We can do it for ourselves. So we made a list of things that we're going to get done at nighttime and what time we're going to have them done by. And we've only done it one night, I think, thus far, because the weekends don't count.
Yeah, we still got to do it tonight. Well, it's past time. I don't think we're gonna get to it tonight.
Well, weekends don't really count though.
Oh, Monday. Oh, getting off to a rocky start on Monday sucks.
Oh, it definitely sucks. I mean, time wise, weekends, Sunday, that doesn't count.
Okay.
For time wise, but the items still have to be accomplished.
But let's rewind and like how can this clutter like hurt the marriage? You said like I can't even think about anything else because the house is a mess. How does that affect like intimacy and sex and stuff like that? Does that affect wives if they're like concerned about the house being dirty, like they can't be intimate?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's like, well, you talking about let's do this, and I'm over here looking at this mess. I actually was gonna clean up. you had other thoughts because you can live in mess and it don't bother you. But I'm like, no.
You remember that episode of Desperate Housewives where Bree was having sex with her husband, and he was like, I want you to be more spontaneous. I want you to be more spontaneous. I want to just make love to you. And then they started making love, and she was like, something was about like to fall down, like from the dresser or something.
Yeah.
And she kept looking. She couldn't focus on like the love making, but she was looking at that cabinet or that thing about to fall off the cabinet. And she kept looking at that. That's what she focused on the whole time. And then it was about to fall, and they just stopped. Because she couldn't do it. And he just got so frustrated because she couldn't get over the fact that everything wasn't perfectly in place.
Yeah.
That's how clutter can mess up marriage.
I totally get it. I mean, I'm no Brie. I'm not that clean and organized.
Well, she was just trying to hide all her flaws, yeah.
Right. But yeah, man, it's hard. It is so hard.
Takes your focus. Clutter takes your focus off the present.
It does. And it makes it... Like, if you front load the work and get it organized and get it together, then it can help later on because it's like, oh, I don't have to think about that. I already know where that is. I already know what that's doing. Like at work, I'm super organized. I'm super, like, everything has a spot. If I'm looking for something, I know exactly where it is because it's labeled. It's like good to go. And then I come home and it's like not. It's total opposite. Which we have children, and I get that. I know that makes it difficult and different, but it don't have to be that different.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, literally, oh, I forgot. Remember how I told you that I had a twitch? Like, my freaking eyebrow was like twitching, and I was like, what the crap is wrong with me? I literally went to work on Friday, and it didn't do it not one single time. I walked in the house, and it was twitching like crazy. And so that was another thing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like weighing on my health. So, Patrick, what are you looking like that for?
What you talking about? I'm hearing you talk.
Oh, so I kept saying, Patrick, do you see my eyebrow? It's like twitching.
Yeah, it's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I started looking up, like, making sure there was no other like health condition. Like, okay, my eyebrow is twitching. My lower back is hurting. It's going numb on one side. Like, am I falling apart? And I think MS came up. Like, that might be a sign of MS. And I'm like, oh my gosh. No. Like, but it made me question things because it's just like, but it's freaking stress. It's like stress. You're stressed. You're stressed because you don't know where to freaking find stuff. You're stressed because you don't know how to get yourself in control here. And no, we don't have to control everything. However, some control is good. Some control is necessary to function.
Control what you can control.
Right, and I can control.
You can control the cleanliness of your house.
Yes. So, I know it's really hard to make you feel it because it's not an issue.
Yeah, but I feel it because it impacts a marriage. It's like, oh, my partner's feeling like crap. There goes your intimacy. There goes your good conversation. They're a mess right now, so it hurts. It impacts me. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not like my thing that hangs me up about it. Well, I don't know, like, but if it messes with your partner, it messes with you. So you got to take ownership of it as well. And like I said, as men, we want to fix it. Well, God darn, go make a schedule. Freaking do it every single day. Go do some maintenance. Go freaking do a little thing, this and that. That ain't what y'all want. That ain't what the freak y'all want. For some reason, y'all want it to be fixed. Because I've been trying to clean. I've been trying to clean. I've been trying to do dishes. I'm like, y'all want. I was like, you know what? Screw that.
Right.
I'm not doing them no more. So I was like, all right, I'm not doing them no more because I can't get all the work that I need to get done when I try to help. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna let you have this one so you can y'all sit there in y'all's emotions or whatever the freak y'all do. And I want to handle it. I'm like, okay, what's your plan? What's your strategy? Do you need any kind of help? That's what I would have said, but now it's going to listen. I just listen.
Yeah.
Just here's both my ears. I'm just going to listen to you talk about the problem. All right. And that's all they want. That's all they want. So you just listen to their problems.
Yeah, to listen to it. And for this particular problem, you let me do it. Like, it's all very nice for you to try to do it for me, but you don't know where my stuff goes and you don't know how I want it organized. So, like,
even though it's our room, it's 99% Talisha's room.
Well, it's our bed.
It's our
definitely
bed.
my room.
It's definitely your room. Yeah, it's our bed, her room.
Because Patrick has an office and his clothes and stuff are in his office.
Yes.
So that's why. But yeah, and so like seeing all that crap is just a lot. But you gave me what I needed, which was to just make the kids disappear. So I can get to do it myself. Mm-hmm. Because another thing, whenever you do try to do it for me, like if you organize it how you think it should be organized, then I'm still going to be in the same boat because I'm not going to be able to find stuff because it's put up how you would organize it because it's not your clothes. It's not your things.
Yeah, like when I put up your leather jacket in a responsible spot this morning.
Right, and didn't tell me because I knew where it was at and you put it up. Well, that was helpful.
It's my freaking leather jacket.
Mm-hmm, because I need to know where it's at. So if you do it for me, it's still not helping me.
Yeah, so don't try to clean up women's problems, man. that come down to you just listen, just like
Listen,
that makes perfect sense while you be being
and
stressed.
Support them. Yeah, listen and support.
Don't offer to fix it. Just be like, oh, okay, that's so interesting. And then later, I guess they'll tell you what they want to do. But for that moment, in the heat of the moment, just listen.
Yeah. So where else can you see clutter in a marriage?
Oh, you can see clutter like for the individual, for the husband or the wife. There can be clutter with them mentally. There can be clutter with them emotionally. So for the mental clutter, it could be like a job or something. Like their job doesn't challenge them enough, or they've been at their job for X amount of years and they're just not challenged enough. And they're like, man, this doesn't challenge me mentally enough. Or they stop learning things. Mm-hmm. They like, man, I pretty much know everything, so you don't have to prepare for your job. There's no like excited like nervousness as if something going to work. They're just not challenging themselves in life, and they let that clutter them up. Or other things mental health. They cannot be taking care of themselves mentally. Like you said, someone gives them a freaking opportunity to have some self-care, they don't take it because they just want to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, and then eventually mentally they like burn out and they hit a wall.
Yep.
Or and that can affect them emotionally as well, where they like have some emotional issues, like you said, like a previous marriage or a previous relationship that did not work out, that could be affecting them mentally, or a person that is like all in their head and stuff. Like I think people say they're living rent free in your head.
Yeah.
And that can create a whole bunch of like emotional clutter, and they hold it and they don't clean it, and there's not a spot in their life for that particular person, that particular issue, or that particular emotion that they're always feeling. Like it could be rage or something, right? But they can't fix it because they don't want to. It just starts to clutter up their life.
Yep.
And they become an emotional mess, and that impacts. And that was a relationship that you're not even in. You're not even in a relationship, but it's affecting your husband, or it's affecting your wife, or like a work relationship or something. Like your boss is getting on your nerves or something like that, and you bring that crap home every single time because you haven't set any boundaries at work, or you didn't set any boundaries with your ex, especially with like mixed families, especially with mixed families now, and you have to like co-parent with an ex or something like that. And every time it's like, oh my gosh, something just keeps building. There's just like no boundaries or something. That's a lot of emotional clutter that you're going to deal with.
Yeah.
But you have to set, but yeah.
Setting boundaries, I think, like you said, that is key.
That's the key for that, because you let that stuff build up, and it just clutters up you mentally and emotionally. Another thing, you can get cluttered up and not having no sex and love. You're real backed. Dudes be like, "Hey, I'm backed up, homie. I am backed up." we gotta declutter, buddy. You gotta declutter the love life. You gotta like, hey, let's get on the same page, especially when you got like young kids, man. They clutter up your sex life a lot.
Well, yeah,
they really clutter it up. So and you put pressure on yourself, like, oh man, we should at least be having it. We're young in our marriage. You should be having it like 4 times a week. Okay, if you think so, that ain't gonna happen. Or even if it does happen, you might not even want it that much. You don't put you put all that pressure that you're not having. It's like, because you feel like, oh man, wife's taking care of the baby all day, man. She's gonna reject me if I make a move on her. Or you don't even want to make you so scared of that rejection or something. Or you've been tired of getting rejected over and over. And she just might be doggone tired. Look, I ain't got it, homie. You would be playing with a fish. A dead fish tonight, and I know you don't want that, or you don't want like the pity sex or anything, or you don't want the person to feel like it's a chore, so it clutters up, and then if you're not making any love or having any intimacy, you start to resent them, start to resent your spouse because you're not having your physical needs and desires met, and you're like, and your bedroom becomes cold and dead. It's cluttered up because y'all haven't addressed it. Right. It keeps piling on over and over and over and over again. Another thing that can clutter up your marriage is that family. Your family and your friends can clutter up your marriage, and they ain't even in the marriage.
Right, but they in your ear.
They in your ear. They ain't even in your marriage or some life situations like, or like an in-law or something coming over all unannounced and stuff. That can clutter up all the stuff. I don't know who would come over unannounced and clutter up your marriage. Who would do that? Maybe a sister-in-law.
Shut the heck up.
Has the same name as a mermaid. I don't know. Yeah, family and friends, they clutter up your marriage. They can clutter up your marriage. Your own business, running your own business. Oh my gosh, if you're an entrepreneur, that can clutter up your marriage, because if your business ain't doing good, you're gonna bring that directly into the marriage. You're like, look. What's happening? Business not doing good, especially with COVID hitting everyone's business. It has really affected business owners this year. So that clutters up a marriage. Right. And then that goes down to cluttering up your finances. Yep. Direct correlation with like cluttering up the finances and all that jazz.
And like entrepreneurship is already hard.
Entrepreneurship is already hard. We don't need no freaking pandemics out here.
Right. Yeah, and then that clutters up your finances.
And that clutters up the finances, and then all of a sudden, like, y'all fighting, or clutter doesn't necessarily create a fight; it creates stress. And stress can lead to all kinds of like health issues. Yep. And just, man, I'm stressed, or you being like really nasty or really mean to your spouse, and they aren't the real enemy. It's you not. It's the clutter is the enemy. Like, you haven't decluttered like your own stuff. Right. And that's all happening on the inside, but it's affecting the outside of your marriage.
And I think that sometimes with clutter, you might just turn a blind eye to it. Like, I'm not going to address it.
You don't even want to face it. Maybe if I don't look at it, it'll disappear.
Right. Meanwhile, it's like piling up.
Yeah, like that awkward conversation between your wife, or you're hiding secrets, like that'll affect you and weigh on you mentally. Yep. Like when I told you in church, man, I'm tired. I was more tired trying to like hide like that I'm a hot mess, instead of like releasing that burden and putting that burden on God and just like showing him that it's like, all right, man, well, just trying to hide it and not really being authentically who I am. Because that's exhausting.
That's exhausting.
And over time, it clutters you up. Yeah. Man. So.
But then, whenever you actually take the time to declutter,
take the time, or maintenance, not even take the time to declutter one time. That's not the solution. What is the solution?
Well, I think you do have to take the time to
Take the
declutter
time,
at first.
but then make sure that it doesn't repeat itself.
Right. And then maintain it.
Yeah, and maintenance. Yeah, it's a lot cheaper to get the oil change and get the brakes fixed than to get a whole new engine.
Right.
In the car.
Yes. And Davita posted this on the book.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday. So it says, marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your hard. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your hard. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your hard. Communication is hard. Not communicating is hard. Choose your hard. Life will never be easy. It will always be hard. But we can choose our hard. Pick wisely. If that wasn't a whole word.
Whole word. That's a word.
I mean, that is a word. You have the God-given right to choose your hard.
Mm-hmm.
So just taking the time to actually do the things, make the choices, make the right choices, choose the right hard, because you'll benefit from it in the long run.
It's going to be hard. Either way, it's like the pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons.
I like that too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So like, which way you going to do? It's going to suck either way. It's going to suck either way.
So which way is going to suck a little less?
Oh yeah, which way is going to suck? That's going to like put your family ahead and make your marriage great, make your business great, make your finances great, make your health great. Mm-hmm. Like choose the hard. We want to choose the easy way out. Like ignoring it is easy.
Right.
It's so easy to ignore it day by day, and what happens? Your clothes keep piling up.
Clothes keep piling up.
Your family keeps stepping over the boundaries.
Yep.
You start resenting your partner because you haven't addressed the intimacy issues that you guys are having. You just rather go to bed angry or go to sleep on your separate bedrooms.
Mm-hmm. Credit collectors calling.
It's like just keep ignoring their calls, changing your numbers, block their numbers. It's easy to just block their numbers and like, man, I ain't answering that. It's easier to buy the ice cream and the cookies than the asparagus. Than the vegetables. Shoot, I mean that's someone that made it way too hard to be healthy. Sugar is so good.
Sugar is so good. It's easier to watch the Titan games than to go to the gym.
Yeah, it's easy to watch. It's easier to watch like Ninja Warrior and the Titan games than to actually go to the gym. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna watch these people in shape. Yeah, I'm gonna watch them do it
because they're doing a great job.
They're doing a fantastic job. Than actually go to the gym myself. There's your hour right there. What you doing? Yep. Yeah, I'd rather watch Titan games. That was a good one. That was a good one. It's like, yeah, I'd rather watch people in shape than like actually go get in shape
go do it myself.
He did. Yeah. So yeah. And solutions. One thing, when your marriage has been cluttered, and you may have been okay. So you declutter the marriage. You talk about your problems. You get on the same page. Mm-hmm. What are some ways to do maintenance? I like feedback. It's terrifying to ask your spouse, man, you know what, baby? How am I doing as a husband? How was I this week? What went well this week? What didn't go well? And you actually have to hear what they honestly have to say. Mm-hmm. Feedback, but that does help.
Feedback helps.
That helps. Feedback helps.
Timely feedback.
Yeah, timely feedback.
Don't be holding grudges on your spouse and then be like, I'm going to save this until they ask me.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So you gotta make a ritual to ask each other for feedback. Like how was I, babe? Mm-hmm. How am I as a husband? If it's important to you. If
it's important. Well, you even do something really cool that is basically kind of giving feedback. You set an alarm on your phone that goes off periodically during the week. It's like, tell Talisha that you appreciate her. What is something that Talisha has done? Blah, 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 blah. And it goes off and then you address it. I love that. I freaking try to be a copycat and do it too. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Tell Talisha how proud you are of her. It says, don't forget to tell Talisha how proud you are of her. Oh yeah. Hey baby, I'm proud of you. It sounds corny.
But it's intentional.
But it's intentional and it works. You got to be intentional about your marriage, man. Great marriages don't happen by accident. long-lasting marriages can happen by accident, but when you was you like in love?
Right.
Was you like head over the hills? Did you stay head over the hills with them, or did you just kind of like suffer through it for the kids or something like that? Because like when people say it's like, oh yeah, I've been married for 30 years, and it ain't even about the 30 years, man. That's cool, but what about the present?
Yeah.
The present is far more important than the amount of like times that you've put into the marriage, especially if you've been married 30 years and it's the same year over and over and over and over and over again. Like you ain't been married 30 years. You've been married 1 year. You just done it 30 times.
Woo. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like continue to grow, continue to invest in your marriage, continue to keep it clean, get rid of the clutter, be transparent with one another. Talk about your demons openly. Talk about your fears. Because if you can't do it with your spouse or a therapist, don't be going out and doing it with somebody else. Or your family. Well, shoot. Because your family ain't never going to forget how your spouse did you dirty. Y'all could have been forgave it. And like, that was 10 years ago. Your family still going to remember that.
Yep.
And they going to stay looking at you at the cookout. For what you did 10 years ago.
I can't believe she got back with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
What else we got? Rituals. We talk about rituals, man. Especially for decluttering your house. Whoever's the neat freak in the house, like, y'all got to have some kind of routine. Either you do it all by yourself, or y'all got to come up with some teamwork to what can we do? Like, you got this room, and hold someone, call them out like, hey, your room a little messy, homie.
Right.
Do you need some help? Instead of like, what's wrong with you? You can ask them, is everything okay? I noticed your room. Not be condescending with it, but like, hey, are you all right? I'm not. Yeah, I'm good. Why? Because your room is freaking dirty. Nah, but you just like, hey, is everything okay? It was like, oh, nah, baby, I'm stressed. I'm just tired, man. I just really wanted to lay down. I didn't get to it, man. I apologize. Oh, no problem. I can go out and help you with that. Yeah. And not be like super offended by it. Because would
it really go down like that? That was real nice.
Sometimes marriages are very competitive.
It was real nice.
We're competitive people.
Should we be competitive with getting a shower? Like, I'm in a clean club.
Like, oh, you dirty.
You dirty. You ain't took no shower yet.
Like, got both the boys dirty. You the only one. Raise your hand if you're clean. Me. Raise your hand if you're dirty. You over there. Like, yeah. Don't talk. Have you brushed your teeth yet? No. Right. I have. I woke up and brushed my teeth. Or raise your hand if you are ashy. Oh, I can't do that because I'm not ashy.
Whatever.
Never ashy. Well, we don't never. One thing about me and you, we hate cleaning the bathroom.
Oh, I hate that.
It'll give you a headache as soon as you bleach that thing up.
Horrible.
You can't even like function the rest of the day because you high off of Clorox.
Yes, but going back to your call to people who are super organized, super neat, like I appreciate the people who are super organized, super neat, but I want to hear from the people who are still super organized, super neat with small children, like less than a 1-year-old, because I want to see how they do it. People who have children who are 2 and above, like they're not like on your boob all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to hear from some breastfeeding mamas who have a child that they're still breastfeeding or remained organized and neat while they were still breastfeeding and working.
How'd you do it? Talk less.
Smile more.
Smile more.
Yeah, no, seriously. That's who I want to hear from. Like, if your kid's big, I'm sorry. I don't really want to hear it.
You think you can make them
clean up. You can make them go away while you're trying to do it yourself.
So why is it so important to you for the clean house?
Because I can't find anything. I feel so disorganized. It literally.
Are you scared? Are you scared of people judging you?
I'm not scared of people judging me. However, I wouldn't want anybody to come in my house whenever it was dirty.
Okay.
But nobody comes over here on a
Where does
daily
it come
basis.
from? Is this from how you were raised? Like, what is it?
My mama kept a spick and span sparkling house.
Right.
Always. She still does. Like, she is extra with it. I ain't trying to get on that level.
Stay up to if you ain't willing to stay up till 3, and put it all on the line.
Nah, I ain't trying to be on that level.
And then watch your grandkids all day.
Right.
See?
Nah, I don't want it that bad. I want it that bad.
That's what it takes.
But I want to be able to get ready for work and know where my clothes are.
You gotta do that night before.
You gotta do it the night before.
I don't offer any solution.
No, I agree. That we put that on our ritual. That's not offering a solution. That's something that we came up with together.
Okay.
So, but I also want to be able to walk through the freaking house and not almost die because of freaking Legos and crap everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to go to bed and not wake up the next morning with dirty dishes in the sink.
Mm-hmm. But what happens if you're too tired?
Well, I mean, if I'm too tired, then that means I would have went to bed super early so I could get up early.
Mm-hmm.
So I could hit it in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But coming home from a whole day of work and then picking up the boys and getting back at the house at like 6:30 and then having all of that stuff facing me, it's like, I ain't got it. I don't have it. Because work is very mentally straining.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's like, no, I don't have it. But then I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to be the one to do it because I like it organized a certain way because I want to be able to find it when I'm looking for it.
Mm-hmm. How's that working for you?
Well, it has not been working very well for me.
Okay.
So I have to relinquish some of that control. Yeah. I like the control.
So when things aren't organized, what story are you telling yourself?
That's a freaking mess.
What about, that's a freaking mess. What are you saying about yourself?
If that's a mess, I'm a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a reflection of me.
Okay.
I think we said this in another podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Gender roles, I think we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a reflection of the wife.
Well, how true is that?
It is true to me. For me, it is true.
And how is that helping you?
It's not. It's not helping me.
Okay. So let's keep on doing it.
No. Gosh, no.
So, okay. All right.
It shouldn't be a reflection
What's
of me.
What's the definition of insanity?
I don't know. It shouldn't be a reflection of me. But I don't mind it being a reflection of me if it's actually good. If it's actually organized.
If it's good, okay. All right. Okay.
Look here. We're going to do this front loaded and we're going to keep you all updated because we're going to do this front loading of getting it clean, getting it organized, getting it ready, and then we got to maintain it. Hey, Rowan.
Okay.
All the breathing. Then we have to maintain it.
If y'all have any resources and tips on how to maintain a organized and clean household, send us your resources at podcast@patrickandtalisha.com or hit us up on Instagram at Patrick and Talisha and our Facebook page at Patrick and Talisha.
Thank you.
We want all the resources.
Yes.
All the resources. And what's the mentality? You can have all the resources. What's the mentality that you need?
Yeah. What's the mentality? What's your why? What's your how? What's your how and your why?
How. Like, you got to get down to why you want to clean house. Why do you want to clean house?
I want to clean house because it will make me feel better. It will take away some of the stress.
So you'll be happy once the house is clean?
Yeah.
So you'll choose to be happy when the house is clean?
I choose to be happy now.
Oh, okay.
But I will be happy and less stressed.
Oh. Okay, we got some work to do.
We got some work to do.
We definitely got some work to do.
Well, join us for another episode.
Join us for another episode on how to declutter. We can declutter, but we are a work in progress. But all the other stuff, oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
We've had to declutter intimacy. We've had to declutter family and friends. We've had to declutter the business. We've had to declutter finances. We dang sure talked about decluttering that spirituality.
Yep.
And health and home, man.
Health and home.
Continuous process, man.
Yep. Declutter those bad food choices and declutter our house. That is the work that we need to do next.
It's hard to battle a drug dealer who brings in.
Well, don't be a drug dealer.
You are the drug dealer.
God darn it. It's hard to battle yourself, ain't it?
Whatever, bro. That's it for today's show. We will catch you guys on Friday for First Class Friday. Y'all be there. And we're out.
Thank you for listening to On the Up and Up with Patrick and Talisha. For access to all of our episodes, please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and wherever you listen to our show. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes, and we will give you a shout out on our next episode. Stay connected with us on Twitter and Instagram at I am Pat Ratliff and at the Farm D Mommy. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week. God bless.